question. You would run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Like the video, share the video, smash the like button, smash the dislike button, troll, do whatever you want, do whatever it is you do. Do whatever it is you do. It makes no never mind to me. Haters love. You see what we got in the building. I got a lot of things I gotta do today. DG, let me pin this real quick as I do this roll call. I'm gonna read what the brother said. Rick Blackwell, G McCall, Dirt Gang Boss, Style Big G, Ball Masters Football, BFTB. Yeah. I'll check your video at 1 p.m. I'm just gonna play with this idea. I want to see where everyone's head is at with this. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get too technical with this, but yeah, I want to see what your video is. I know you like to go more in depth into things, but I'm gonna prove a point in reference to the public's ideology behind the International Boxing Hall of Fame. So yeah, Shakira Fields, what up, sis? My brother, I Rock in the building. Salute. Tay, good morning. Main Biker, 704 Joe, MXC, Weekend at Rennie's. Salute. Black Martial Arts Society. What's good? What it do? What's going on? Rod Nail in the building. So the brother DG6789 says, there ain't no criteria. The moment you put a fictional movie character in there, it was a wrap. Telling a story and being a person, a story is about is two different things. I always had a problem with that. Yep. Always had a problem with that. They inducted Sylvester Stallone in the International Boxing Hall of Fame for Rocky, the story of an underdog, the Italian stallion. So that's why he's there. So what does that say about the integrity of the Boxing Hall of Fame? Is there any integrity? Cameron Fields, salute, sis. Lamar Griffin, Jason, Big Block, salute. What does that say? Is he in there for his love of the sport? Got a whole Rocky statue in Philly. Been there a bunch of times. Took a picture with it and everything. They moved it. It wasn't where it was at first. Where it was in Rocky 3 is not where they moved it. They moved it not too far. They moved it to another location where people could line up and take pictures, and, that's where it is. Mind of Mansa Musa, what's going on? So I wanted to talk about this because much like boxing, people will judge something and they don't really understand it. So that's why I was asking, what is the criteria for the Boxing Hall of Fame? Because everybody, in their eyes, their favorite fighter could be a Hall of Fame fighter. And that's just not the case. The reality is, people know about the criteria about the Boxing Hall of Fame, like in reference to what it takes to get in there. The reality is, those are the same people who don't even know how to score a boxing match. Who knows how to score a boxing match? What's the criteria to score in a boxing match? What are you supposed to be watching? Coach in the building, Coach 67 Sports TV, salute. Most people don't know. That's just the reality of it. Most people don't know. Most people, can y'all put it in the chat? Most people don't know, and it's okay if you don't know. I'm telling you, when I watch boxing, those are things that I watch. I watch the fighters. I'm not watching one fighter. Rashad, what up? And even though I could swear, I can't tell you how many fights I've sworn that I've scored it based off of those criteria, the judges see other. The judges don't see it the way I see it. And that's okay. It's okay to me because I'm at home, but imagine being in the ring and you got it right, and those judges, they were, you don't know whether they have eye problems, you don't know whether they were even watching the fight or whether they were slipped a vanilla envelope. Cortez, what's going on? Now, I clown Tank ever since he made that ugly picture and I put the coon hat on him. You already know what time it is. But this is an interesting topic. Because you talk to Tank fans and he's a Hall of Famer right now. No, he's not. He has work to do. Now, in my mind, there's some simple things he can do. But he just refused to do it. BF talks about that all the time. How many times he could have been undisputed? In how many divisions? Stormy, the sensei's in the building. He could have been undisputed like at least twice already. He didn't do it. So throw that out. He has contemporaries surrounding him right now, 135 and 140. He fought at 140. Once he did that, those are his contemporaries. He didn't do it. This is just reality. And by the way, did I ever say Tank was trash in the ring? You ever heard me say that? TD Harden, salute. Never heard me say that, right? Nope. What do I always say? I can't gauge him. It's cool to say, oh, this guy beats that guy. It's cool to say it, but when there was nothing but space and opportunity and being the A side to make it happen and he didn't do it, doesn't it make you scratch your head? And then when you ask why wasn't that done, the fans start talking like they have a financial interest in his career. Well, if you're betting money on him winning by knockout, I don't know how much money you're going to win because he's favored in all of his fights, even against his contemporaries. But his contemporaries, he's not fighting. That's not Hall of Fame behavior. You see how that works? That's not Hall of Fame behavior. ES, salute. Dal Anderson, salute. Young Abel, what's going on? And then when the fan base starts saying, well, this guy's not worth money, this guy's not worth money. Whoa. What do you care about him driving the Mercedes-Benz and having a house? What do you care about? And you the same niggas that went around talk about, hey man, these pastors at churches, they living like kings, and the people that attend their church, they're broke. Thomas, what's good? Let me get this straight. You're mad at a pastor for living like a king and taking donations in his church. And he's preaching a good word to a bunch of broke black people, right? You got a problem with that. All right, cool. You spend $80 on a Tank fight and he's not fighting the best? He's not. You know he's not fighting the best. You just want to see him knock somebody out. And you celebrate that. You don't even want to see him be challenged. And that's the difference between me and Tank fans. Me, and why I support Errol, why I support Deontay, why I support Dedmon. I even support Bud. If Bud stopped fighting right now, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Why? Undisputed, 2 divisions. Boom. And he fought his major contemporary and won in outstanding fashion. Boom. And this man down over here. But he lost. You see how that works? He put up to shut them up. That's it. So there's still time for Tank to do something like that. He's just not doing it. Right now, this latest event, And maybe the church example is a bad example, because you know what? I'm not even gonna hold you. A lot of these Tank fans that I see, I know y'all fire stick this stuff. I know y'all do. Y'all want to talk about who don't sell. Devin don't sell. Shakur don't sell. Black fighters don't sell. Right? Right. So what you're saying is you're openly admitting his biggest pay-per-view was what? Ryan Garcia, the cheater, the racist cheater? His best friend, right? That was his biggest pay-per-view, right? Okay. So what are you saying? Tank needs a dance partner to break down the doors? That's what you're saying? That's what you're saying? You Black Tank fans, you guys are racist against yourselves, man. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't even know it. So, Dill Spoolie, salute. So when we talk about the Hall of Fame, most people don't even know. Most guys don't even know who does the voting. Do y'all know who does the voting? Put in the chat. Who do you think does the voting for the Hall of Fame? Y'all even know? Ain't the fans. May as well be the fans. Do y'all even know? I'm gonna show you how goofy this thing is. There you go, Thomas. Yeah, there you go, Abel. Yeah, there you go. Kenny, what up? The freaking media. Guys like Joe Townsend, salute. Guys like Dan Raphael, Steve Kung Fu Kim, writers, journalists, the same guys that tear us down, they determine who goes in the Hall of Fame. Which is why Rocky Balboa is in there. You understand? MJ, what up? So you understand why what we do here is important? How many times you heard me say that? Because there are some mistakes in there. There are some people in there like, yo, how did he get here before him? Really? I'm telling you. But y'all don't pay attention to this. I'm not saying y'all, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You guys got to be careful about who you come in here and stand in the pocket for. So the other week, John Scully, who trains Alta Beterbiev, was on a podcast, and he was asked about Tank Davis, and he's a Hall of Fame fighter, and he gave his opinion. He said, well, no. And he gave an educated answer. And of course, Tank runs to Twitter in response and calls Alta Beterbiev out his name. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. If Alta stopped fighting right now, he's going to the Hall of Fame. And I know the IBF is stripping him to make the Bivol rematch. I heard about all of that. I ain't speak on it yet. But he won. I don't think Alta won the fight based off my scoring, but I'm not a judge. On paper, he won. Fine. So he can say he was undisputed. 21 wins, 20 knockouts, undisputed. He fought his major contemporary and he won. That's Hall of Fame stuff right there. And all I'm saying is Tank hasn't done that. What I am saying is Tank has time. All his contemporaries are in their prime right now, just like him. But he's playing a dangerous game. He's effing around, because y'all do know he's in his 30s, right? Y'all do know that. Okay? He's making it harder for himself. Again, I don't know what's going on with this Amazon PBC Prime deal. But in the event that Prime is not seeing a return on their investment, this kid has 4 fights left. All right, he's giving you Lamont Roach. I can say I don't know how it's going to turn out, but the genuine idea is that he's going to knock Lamont Roach out. All right, then that's 3 fights left. Who are we getting in those 3 fights? You see what I'm talking about? He has to fight his contemporaries. If he don't, there are going to be some fans that'll be perfectly cool with it, because some of you guys, you have these love affairs with these fighters. You don't want to see them in the ring with any of their contemporaries, and y'all cool with whatever they do. Y'all just cool with it. Y'all cool with it. And that's disgusting to me. You don't want to see your guy challenged. That's the difference. I wanted to see Errol challenged. I wanted to see Bud challenged. I wanted to see Deontay challenged. Every time Deontay got in the ring, he was challenged. Every fighter he fought on average was 30 pounds heavier than him. That's a challenge in itself. He was chasing greatness, improving it. They had to cheat him to derail him. Think about that. And how are we wrong in wanting to see these guys prove that they're the best? I don't know where we went wrong at. We get suckered into these arguments like, yeah, you know, Tank, he's really good, man. Yo, him and Devin, that's the fight, man. That's the fight. And then when Tank, the A side, says, hey, man, I'm not doing it for whatever reason, now it's a war. It's a civil war. Well, it's not a civil war, because what I found, a lot of these Tank fans, they're not me. They're not like me. They're not. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're not. When all I want to see is 2 of the best or 3 or 4 of the best in the division fight each other, when it turns into these individual attacks and, you know, false news, it's like ridiculous. Like, wait a minute. Just make the fight, guys. Both these kids, whether it's Shakur or Devin or Tank, or those kids are millionaires. We're paying for a service. We're paying for this entertainment. We're in a recession. If I got $80 to pay to watch a fight, I'm going to do it. In a lot of cases, I will fly out to a city, book a hotel room to go support these kids with my hard-earned money. But I'm not going to fly out to wherever. Derrick Gaines, a legend, salute, Pendor. I'm not going to go support to watch him fight Lamont Roach, because 10 times out of 10, we know how that ends. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I hope Lamont sparks him and shuts us all up. I want him screaming in the ring, I told y'all. I want to be wrong. Out of principle, I want to be wrong. I definitely want to be wrong. But I don't see it. And I hope I'm wrong. But his fan base is cool with this. It's an unconditional support. And that's not Hall of Fame material. Xavier, what up? This is robbing the bank, y'all. Him doing this, I'm gonna put this picture back up here. This is robbing the bank, man. You know why 78 made this meme? Because the idea was that Devin doesn't sell pay-per-views. Well, prior to Tank, all the Latin fighters here didn't sell 1 pay-per-view. So to say that these guys, the black fighters don't sell, you guys have been well-trained and well-conditioned. Because none of these guys sold the pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, the day that Saturday we watched Devin Haney dominate Regis Prograis, the next week Ryan Garcia fought, and it wasn't even on pay-per-view. The brother Rod Neal went to the fight when he fought Oscar Duarte. Retro, what up? And half of the arena was closed. I'm not kidding. If Rod Neal's in the chat, he was there, he'll tell you. Half the arena was closed, they shut the lights out. And this is after you fought on the pay-per-view. So what are we saying? There is truth to a fighter needing a dance partner. Detroit, what up? A fighter needing a dance partner. There you go. Rod just told you, uppercase, the upper section was blocked off. See? I'm not lying. He was there. Which is why this pay-per-view is going to be interesting. I'm thinking they stacking the card. I think the door is going to be great. But how many of you dudes are going to fire stick it? That's why I had to retract the pastor in the church analogy. Because a lot of you hardcore Tank fans, y'all broke anyway. Y'all broke. Y'all are going to fire stick it. I'm different. When Bud fought in New York, Frank, what up? When Bud fought in New York, I went to the fight. When he fought Amir Khan, I went to the fight and I also bought the pay-per-view. So the pay-per-view was running in my crib, but I was at the fight. When Bud fought Errol, I bought the pay-per-view. And I went to the fight in Vegas. When Deontay fought Fury, I paid for the pay-per-view and I attended the fight in Vegas. I support. I put my money where my mouth is. You guys just want to put your mouth. You guys just want to put your mouth on Tank.
What? Bukaki.
Right in the face. Real Spill, what up? So when the general said stop discrimination, this is what he was talking about. So all I want to see is this kid do is prove he's the best, and somehow we get suckered into these word salad, ridiculous arguments. It's not even a debate, it's an argument. And I take it to the root. Wait a minute, how am I wrong for wanting these kids to fight? How am I wrong? How am I wrong? And I see all these arguments all over YouTube, all over Twitter. You know, I've seen screenshots of these stupid arguments. And what I've seen is people justifying this kid doing what he does. Oh, you was there? Yep. Top friend, salute. All I see is these people justifying why Tank is doing what he's doing. And what I'm saying is you're enabling the foolishness. Because the whole time you're justifying it, people who know better saying, okay, all right, well, he could do what he wants. But he's not Hall of Fame material. And then he get mad at that and y'all mad at that. He's not Hall of Fame material, just like he also got y'all to believe that belts don't matter. Listening to Floyd, right? Belts don't pay the bills, right? Right? Floyd said that. He said that. Now y'all saying that. And then when they say, okay, well, he's not Hall of Fame material, then y'all mad? I thought none of that matters. I thought his bag matters, right, fans? You can't have it both ways. You guys sound like modern women all the time. I want a man. He got to be over 6 feet tall. He got to make a strong 6 figures. He got to have a nice car, nice house. He got to look like The Rock or close to it. He got to have long hair, bald head, a beard, a goatee, big old dick. How do you look? 5'2", 304 pounds with a snatched waist, cellulite on your butt, right? Now, fellas, what you like is what you like. What I'm saying is the man that they want doesn't match who they are. And by the way, they don't make six figures. How are you demanding something from a man that you don't have? And here's the funny part, a lot of those chicks are single mothers. So you want The Rock type dude to come into your life and clean up your mess? And then when you ask, well, what does he get in return? I am the table. What? A man that you're demanding can get Budissi from everywhere. You're demanding the top quality of man. You're demanding the top quality of man, right? It's a little pep talk for y'all. You're demanding the top quality of man. And what you're bringing to the table is children out of wedlock and a snatched waist and an attitude. And all I ask is, well, what does he get in return? You? He can get a chick at his gym that's younger with no kids, with some college education. Talking about women are dating down nowadays because men ain't as educated. No. So what the fuck have men been doing all these years? Leaders of the household, what, y'all ain't making no money? Look at it now. Look it up now. We make more money than women, period. So have we been dating down all these years? Y'all got it fucked up, man. Y'all got it fucked up. This is how Tank fans think. All you gotta do is get in there and knock out anybody, and he's a Hall of Famer. Same dudes that say, hey man, belts don't matter. And these writers, now I just told you who makes the votes, right? This is why I'm talking about this. It's not the fans, it's them. It's the dudes that we speak out against. Writers determine the Boxing Hall of Fame. How you feel now? Watch this. Now y'all gonna say the International Boxing Hall of Fame don't matter. Yeah, okay. Let me tell you something. If Tank was to stop fighting right now, they wouldn't even talk about him. I don't care how much hype. Because you know what? Y'all doing a lot of yapping. They ain't listening to y'all right now. They don't take y'all serious. Whether I say it or Dan Raphael gets his fat ass on one of y'all podcasts and says it, your job will be to debunk him. And I promise you, you won't do it. You won't do it because you can't. He'll start pulling names out the ether you never even heard of. That's what I'm saying. If you a fan of Tank, then stay there. But don't try and talk boxing with me. Because I'm going to put up 2024's list right now. And there's names on there that I don't even recognize. But I'm going to explain something to y'all. And just listen. All right, Todd French in that super chat, much love. He said, salute my brother, lightweight, cooking early. I'm on the job. Main biker in that super chat, he said, you're not the table, biatch. You're built like the damn table. You know what they built like? I'm showing my age right now. Who had the grandparents with that big old oak table in the dining room that was like 1,000 pounds, it didn't move. It would leave dents in the damn carpet. Ain't moved in 30 years. It's been there since you was born. They don't even make furniture like that anymore. That big giant oak table in the dining room, heavy as hell. You bang your foot on that, it's over. Every black person had that wooden spoon and fork on their wall. Don't front. Mark, what up? Black Gun Owners Magazine, salute. Jeff Sparks, salute. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't Stormy know. Yup. So now, first, what I want to do is I'm going to remind y'all what John Scully had to say. Now, I know it pissed off some Tank fans, but, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, y'all mad about the wrong stuff. Yeah, J. Cool, I got to do it. It's bad. I'm trying to talk boxing and they in here just fangirling out. It's crazy. I'm like, hold on. There's still time for this kid to go. He has to do these things. And all I'm met with is, don't talk about my boo. I'm like, hold on, man. Let me get this straight. You don't want to see him. You got to change the way you say it to spare their feelings in some cases. I'm not sparing it no more. I tried it. Watch this. You don't want to see him fight Devin Haney? Now watch this. I'm going to change it. You want to see him knock out Devin? You don't want to see him fight Shakur? Or you don't want to see him knock out Shakur? You see that? You don't want to see him fight Teofimo Lopez? Or you don't want to see him punch Teofimo Lopez for calling him a monkey? Call him a monkey? Huh? He's quiet on that. When it comes to his contemporaries, there's always business that erects. Like, oh, you know, you don't sell, you know, oh yeah, he don't sell, and you know, you ain't gonna make no money because they don't sell. Hey, wow. How many pay-per-views did Hector Garcia sell prior to Tank? Rolly Romero, Mario Barrios, Isaac Cruz, who stood in, who was a replacement for Rolly Romero, because Romero got jammed up with some girls, and that went away. I want to know if those girls went to jail for lying. And that was Ryan Garcia's first pay-per-view. But Devin don't sell. Devin was on pay-per-view like twice already before these dudes. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's crazy out here. So I'm going to play what got Gervonta his boy shorts in the bunch. He was asked, was Tank Davis a Hall of Fame fighter? And this is what John Scully had to say. John Scully, friend of the Stronghouse, he trains out to better be. But let's just hear it. Let me turn this up.
Gervonta Davis, he's supposed to fight apparently Lamont Roach at 130. And I think a lot of people are upset about that. Like, he's not fighting any of the champions. He's not unified. And people still have him as a top pound for pound fighter. If Gervonta Davis would have retired today, would he be considered a Hall of Famer in your eyes?
That was the question. It's a podcast, I think it's called, excuse me, it's called the 10-8 Podcast. They're on, I think, Twitter. So you could check them out. You could listen to this. I guess they're on Twitter. I guess, you know, you could check them out. You know, but this is where he was, and they asked him. He didn't like initiate this conversation. They asked him, and this was his response.
No, and you know what? Because I mean, probably in this era and the way they do things, probably, you know. But for me, the Hall of Fame has always been the elite of the elites. You know what I mean? You're talking.
Stop right there. The Hall of Fame has always been the elites of the elites. I want y'all to put it in the chat. Is Tank the elite of the elites? Yes or no? Just put yes or no. Is he the elites of the elites? Just yes or no. If you're a Tank fan just lurking, it's okay to comment. Yes or no? Is he the elite of the elites? And we're talking about Hall of Fame. Is he the elite of the elites? No. But even if I've never seen you before, you can share, you know. If you're here for the first time, just let me know about it. John Scully said the Hall of Fame is for the elite of the elites. Okay. Jay Cool says, I think so. His resume, maybe not resume-wise though. Okay. I wanna address that. I want to address that right there. Because this is exactly what I was looking for. It's one thing to say, I feel he can beat all his contemporaries. What we're saying here is, That's great. You're completely entitled to that opinion. All we're asking as supporters of the sport is to show us. That's all I ever asked of this kid. Show me. And then that's where the circus began. You think he beats Devin? I don't think so. Yo, I want to see these kids twisted up, man. And then that's where the circus began. That's where it happened. Nah, well, Devin, I don't like Bill, and I don't care. Huh? Wait. Whoa. Okay, fine. You want to make Bill feel bad? Beat up his son. Y'all are in the sport where y'all can fight about it. And that's where the circus began. I'm skipping through all the red tape. That's how it happened. I don't care what Bill says. He's marketing his son. Do you know how much, bro? Listen, we've been here before. Floyd Pacquiao, AJ Wilder. I've seen friendships get destroyed over these fighters. The positions that have been taken over these fighters, because a lot of who you are as a person shows through the position you take in this sport and why you support certain people. It's amazing. Mr. Shelton, salute. It's amazing. It is amazing. You learn a lot about people's integrity or lack thereof. Yeah. And all I ever said about Tank is, I like what I see in the ring, but he has to fight his contemporaries to show me. And then there's things in between. He got to stop doing weird things like draining people. I mean, I don't like Ryan. I was in here rooting for Tank when he fought Ryan. I don't like Ryan. And this was before the racist outburst. But all things being quote unquote fair, he called Ryan Garcia a cheater. Did he not? He called him a cheater. And they made sure if he wasn't coming in on their terms as far as weight was concerned, they weren't fighting. So he was properly drug tested and he was drained. And he stopped him. He gets in there with Devin, complete opposite. Devin let him come in, 3 pounds over, rehydrate. That kid, I saw Ryan on fight night. He was every bit of 180. And Devin still went in there and fought the kid, and then come to find out the dude was on drugs. And what did we get in return? That. He said Ryan didn't cheat, and Bada is wrong, and now all of a sudden, Ryan is clean. Oh, when I was making fun of Ryan and clowning Ryan, we made it cool. We made it cool to clown Ryan. But Ryan's not a cheater, he's a good dude. The handshake, and this is after this dude tore up a hotel room and was escorted out with the Magneto helmet on. After this, there's a racist outburst. Now, the racist outburst came later, right? For those of you niggas that like to play schematics, before or after the racial outburst with his handshake was, here's my thing. Tank jumps online and attacks everyone and everything else when he feels like it. After the racist outburst, he was silent. And he's standing there right there with Tank's #1 fan, "Fight me, bitch," on the back. It says, "Fight me, bitch." He wants the Tank rematch. So he screams and hollers about everything else. But after the racist outburst, he's been silent. He's still silent. And he stood in the pocket and said that Ryan didn't cheat. More odd, Teofimo Lopez calls him a monkey. He still hasn't said anything. So when people ask me what's my problem with Tank Davis, it's easy for me to explain. It's easy for me to explain. So when I get on here and say, man, Teofimo's your contemporary, he calls you a monkey. You don't want to punch him in the face? He said nothing, but he's responding to John Scully, former fighter, Trainer Artur Beterbiev. Exactly. Jab Jamboree. Salute. Big boss. Exactly, BF. Bitch ass people say bitch ass things. That's Tank. He's a bitch. So you have John Scully, who was asked a question. He was asked a question. And he was given a professional opinion. Kondo, my brother. He was given his professional opinion. And he runs to Twitter to attack John Scully, who's training a Hall of Fame fighter. Artur Beterbiev, 21 wins, 20 knockouts, one undisputed by fighting his major contemporary. I don't care how long it took him for those guys to fight. The fact is they finally fought and he won. Tank ain't got shit to say to him. He's a better man than him. He's a devoted Muslim, unlike Tank. I mean, come on. So you find time to attack John Scully and Artur Beterbiev, but Tiafimo's still standing there, talking about whatever monkey want to get the banana. And then people want to get mad at me when I say I don't fuck with Tank. You want to get mad at me. That tells me everything I need to know about his fan base. Right? So the same fan base that agree with Tank on his attack on John Scully and Artur Beterbiev, y'all the same dudes that say belts don't matter, and y'all gonna be the same dudes that if he does retire without fighting his contemporaries, and they say, man, Tank's not going to Hall of Fame, y'all gonna argue for a little bit, and we are gonna have to remind you, y'all said belts don't matter. In the International Boxing Hall of Fame, they don't factor in seat sales, pay-per-view sales. They might down the road, but they're not doing it now. And y'all were dead and stinking on the way in. Because I just told y'all who makes the votes, the goddamn writers. This is why what we do here is important. Because those same writers, they lie on these fighters. But what's in black and white? I'm looking at Tank's resume. He could have been undisputed at least twice by now. He didn't do it. So let's go back to John Scully and hear what he had to say. He says no. They asked him if Tank Davis was a Hall of Famer. He says no. And he's explaining it. There's no malice. He don't know the kid. He said, the podcast says he's fighting Lamont Roach. Nobody with a proper boxing mind wants this fight. No one was, and this is no disrespect to Lamont. I hope Lamont Roach wins and shuts all of us. We ain't gonna shut me up. I'm just saying I hope the brother wins. Get your payday, man. Get your payday. And instead of addressing what his career is, he gets on here and attacks John Scully. John Scully, he's a grown-ass man. To reply to Tank, this is what he said. That big, strong-ass goofy that he trained, not a Hall of Fame fighter. He's whatever. Well, first of all, let me say this. Tank, I heard you knock out heavyweights and your camp, whatever. I don't know how much of that is shtick, meaning not real. But invite Artur to Baltimore and spar with him. It'll be the last thing you ever do in life. We'll just be reading one day, but like, yo, Tank decides to retire. What? And then months later, we'll find out, yo, he had a sparring session with Artur and he broke his collarbone. And he blocked it. Artur will beat the shit out of you. Let's start there. Mr. I knock out heavyweights. I heard this stuff. They said that with Gennady Golovkin. Fable Sanchez told us Gennady Golovkin knocks out cruiserweights and heavyweights. Okay. Why can't he fight Andre Ward then? When he said, I'm gonna come to 68, Andre Ward said, okay, you coming to fight me. What did the public say? Andre, why are you bullying small Golovkin? No, he's saying he's coming to 168 to fight Cesar Chavez. Why do that? I'm the champion. I'm the guy to beat up here. They called him a bully. Remember that? He tried to sneak up to 168 twice to fight Chavez Jr. Remember that? And then they said, Dre, don't do that. He's smaller than you. You should fight Kovalev. Andre said, okay, fought him twice, beat him twice. Controversial win the first time. He said, fine, run it again. Knocked him out the second time. And you know who forced that on him? Fans and the writers. Some of those guys vote for the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Are y'all sure y'all want to have this conversation with me? Are y'all sure? We've been telling you what you're up against. This is why what we do here online is important. Do you know social media is the only way that we can fight back against the machine? Do you know that? Do you even care? You guys really seem to think that we want the worst for Tank. Well, now I don't care. But you guys are going to become victims of your own circumstance. And I'm telling you, when it happens, don't cry. We told you this was going to happen. Champion Harden, that super chat, much love. He says, salute to Drew Titan LLC, always with the dope content. Respect my brothers, sisters in the chat. Man, salute to you, good brother. Much love, man. Much love. Scott Lennon with those pounds. Salute, man. Salute Drew in chat. Some heavyweight news. Jarrell Miller and versus Chisora in Manchester in January. Caballero has announced he will face Bacall. What? Oh, tell you something, and just a sidebar. I like Jarrell Miller versus Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora is a warrior. Agit Caballero is the sleeper. Don't look now; he's on a 2-fight win streak on Ryder season. And Martin Bacolli's mom, I like that fight. I like that fight. Might have a surprise for y'all next week, by the way. I like that fight. Ooh. Oh, I like that. Now you see, right now, Agit Caballero is getting busy. Right? Let me say this, and thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. This is what I'm talking about. A guy like Joseph Parker, right? Knocked out by Joe Joyce. Rebound, stays busy. Beats my guy, our guy, Deontay Wilder. This is boxing. We just calling it how we see it. He beats Deontay in fair fight. He beat him. He beat him. Then beats Big Bang Zhang. How do you not respect that? How many fools said he should have retired after the Joe Joyce loss? No. No. Right? And what do I always say? Just because you're celebrated don't mean you're actually good. I was listening to the Queens of the Ring last night. And salute, I don't know who that third sister was, but salute to her. They were on there cooking on boxing. I love that. Love that. And they brought up Jared Anderson. And this is all relevant to Tank. They brought up Jared Anderson and how he got in there with Bacolli and got the brakes beat off of him, right off of him. But if you let anyone in America say it, Jared was next up. Myself, Stormy, and a few others was like, hold on now. This kid he still got some stuff to prove. Why? And especially since the Charles, Janae, that's her name, will salute to her. Salute to her. They were cooking. The Charles Martin fight, although he won it, we saw a lot of discrepancies in that fight. We was like, hold on now. Hold on. And Charles Martin had like a week and a half camp, and he looked like that? Hold on now. Got in there with Bacolli, and he lost so bad, no one's talking about a rematch. And I put in the chat, there was no excuse for that. You know why? Jared had somebody in his camp that knew exactly who Bacolli was by the name of Sugar Hill. Remember him, Sugar Hill? He knew who Martin Bacolli was. poorly scouted. So I said either A, Jared has some skills that we haven't seen yet, or B, somebody's not doing their job. And it turned out to be B. Jared Anderson was supposed to avoid him like the plague, and nobody in America would have said he ducked Bacoli. Because you know why? In America, y'all don't know any better. I knew better. And y'all are not me. Y'all are not me and Stormy and BF, the people that pay attention. I said, he's fighting Bacoli? I don't like this. They could duck him. Because no one's going to hold it against him. No one's going to hold it against him. They could duck him. No one's going to hold it against him. But guess what? That's a turkey out of sheet card. And how many people are going to duck that bag? He went in there and got his ass beat. He got hit. He gets beat up like a heavy bag. He says Charles Martin's fighting November 16th. That's my birthday. Scorpio's in the building. Matthew McKinney. Okay. Salute to Charles Martin. I'm going to give him a call. So he's in camp right now. Sheesh. I didn't know that. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Salute to the UK. Now, what happened to Jared Anderson? You think that can't happen to Tank? The most important people in this sport are your favorite fighters' matchmakers. Okay? I'm going to say it again. The most important people in the sport are the fighters' matchmakers. Y'all know about the No Black Fighter board in the Top Rank offices? That is real. That is real. Cameron Duncan confirmed it, remember? He says Top Rank has some of the best matchmakers in the game. Some of the best matchmakers in the game. It's matchmaking. They got to get a return on their investment, make their fighter look good. And when all the ends are closed off, they said, okay, now we put him in there with his contemporary and see what happens. You see what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. J. Cool says they want Chisora to get killed in the ring. I'm not sure. He says putting him in the ring with Miller is evil, bro. I'm not sure. You know why? I think he was the underdog versus Joe Joyce. He knocked Joe Joyce down. And now we're looking at Joe Joyce like, yo, is he done? I don't know. He was on an interview talking crazy, like someone hit a pause button. Like I'm worried about, CTE. That I was like, what's going on with him? Is he okay? And I like Joe Joyce. Met him. He's a good dude. Damon, what up? So I don't know, man. Derek Chisora always picks it up and he pulls out the hat trick. And Jarrell is a big menacing dude, but he don't crack like that. So that's going to be a good action fight. That's going to be a really good action fight. It's a 50-50 for me. It's a 50-50 for me. I mean, putting a guy like Bacoli in the ring with Chisora is a death sentence at this point. And there's another guy running around out there that people are not paying attention to, who stopped Martin Bacoli, Michael Hunter. But my point with Adjit Kabayel, let me go back to him. Adjit Kabayel is on a 2-fight win streak, right? And he's getting it done. He's fighting his contemporaries. There's nothing but contemporaries he's surrounded by. He's trying to prove that he's the best. And now you look at Tank. You allowed Lomachenko to run around and do what he did. You allowed Devin to run around and become undisputed on your watch at 135. You allowed George Kambosos to become unified. You allowed Teofimo Lopez to become unified. You allowed all of that. Shakur's a champion right now. What's the other guy? Bakaram? He's a champion right now. Then you try to get Venezuela. They say, yo, we're champion 140. We're not draining. They basically told you to go to hell. And then what do? You pull up someone from 130? Is that Hall of Fame material, y'all? I'm just asking. Did I lie on him? Look, y'all already know I don't like Tank. But with that aside, I'm not like clowning this morning. Did I lie on him? Did I lie? None of this is a lie. Now, you could bend and twist and justify why he's not fighting his contemporaries, but understand, you're justifying him not fighting his contemporaries when he's the A side, which means he could do whatever he wants.
Whatever, I do what I want.
You see what I mean? He wants to know what's the word on Wilder. There's some news coming, but we have to confirm it. The general has to confirm it. So we don't know. Scott says the co-main on the Benavidez Morrell is expected to be Isaac Cruz versus Venezuela. Really? They're gonna give Cruz a run back? Okay. Isaac ain't gonna win that. Isaac, and I love Isaac Cruz's story. The guy was broke. He was taking care of his family. He's a family man. Salute to him. And he got the Tank Davis call. He took it. He maximized his opportunity. It didn't work out for him, but he made it to 12. And Tank says a new star is born. So, you know, I like his story. And he's touched the mill. I hope he has people around him that he can protect his money. But let's keep it a buck. He's a one-trick pony. There, I said it. He's a one-trick pony. I love his story. I'm glad he's feeding his family now. That's great. But he's a one-trick pony. That's right. Akondo is very one-dimensional. Sam Max, salute. Taiwa, salute. He's a one-trick pony, y'all. If he gets you caught in that triangle and you let those hooks land, you're going to take your head off. But El Rayo's he's too slick. He's too tall. You know, it's going to be the same thing. In fact, if he tries to double his efforts, he might run into something, get starched. I mean, we don't know. But, you know, I don't think that's good scouting by his team other than to make money. They need to get him back into the win column because another loss will make him gatekeeper material. It's not cool to be a gatekeeper. You know, no, I was going to say, no, I was about to say something real airheadish, but I ain't going to do that. It's whatever, man. Yeah, Damon, I agree. No jab, all hooks, no IQ. He's just fun to watch. And the only reason why he got out of there with, he got away with one with Tank is because Tank broke his hand. And Tank had to be very defensive, but defending against the Isaac Cruz is not really difficult. You see those punches coming, and it's like, whatever, man. So it's whatever. But Ajit Kabiel is fighting his contemporaries. A guy like Ajit Kabiel fighting his contemporaries. Deontay Wilder's a Hall of Famer for a few reasons. You understand? Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame fighters, man. Cruiserweight, undisputed. Heavyweight, undisputed. Stop right there. Usyk could walk away from the game right now and get on the ballot next. Well, you got to be retired for 5 years, 3 or 5 years. I forget. Inouye versus Sam Goodman. Oh, okay. And he's coming to Vegas. Yeah. I want to see what's good with that. But thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. But anyway, what I'm trying to help you Tank fans understand is that when you cut down the credentials that are there for you, it'll hurt you in the long run. Do not be screaming and hollering about Tank not being in the Hall of Fame when he underachieved. Everything that I said about him, I'm not lying. But I firmly believe he got people around him that's saying, yeah, we're going to talk the good talk, but there's some guys you need to stay away from. As a matter of fact, Shakur's one of them. And Coach Cal slipped up and said it. Y'all know what he said, told DeMarco. I played it here 1,000,000 times. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Shelton. Yeah. Said it 1,000,000 times. When Marco said, yo, Shakur, he's like a rabbit. He can get, he don't want to get touched. You won't get touched. Got to catch that guy. What did Coach Cal say? Well, why would we take that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. And I said, oh my God, why did he say that shit out loud? In other words, either you can't coach Tank to do what he needs to do to stop Shakur's style, or your product doesn't have the ability to do what needs to be done to stop Shakur. So let me get this straight. Because he has a style that you can't trump. What? Because he has a style that you can't trump, you just don't fight him? That's where we at? So if these guys are just in there fighting competition that they know they could beat, and at the same time steal your money, because that's what they're doing. That's stealing money. Y'all cool with that? If you're cool with your man just having a highlight reel knockout, this is what I'm saying. I've seen this before. You guys are just like Mike Tyson fans in the 80s. I mean, the spitting image. There was no social media back then, but when I was a kid, I looked at boxing different. My friends was just flabbergasted about all these highlight reel knockouts, and I'm just sitting there like, who are these guys though? Mike Tyson fought like 22 times the first 2 years of his career. He fought over 20 times. Geo James, Bronx on deck. He fought over 20 times in 2 years. Think about that. He fought over 20 times in 2 years. First 2 years of his career. 20 times. Over 20 times. It was like 21, 22 times. In 2 years? Who were those people? In the second he got to James Tillis, which was a ranked, highly touted heavyweight, the KO streak stopped. And I said, you see that? Oh, but he still won. No. Did you see that, though? Then he fought Mitch Green. Mitch Green made it to 12. I said, you see this? The competition got better. The KO streak stopped. You see what I'm saying? Now, he gets full credit for Trevor Berbick and Razor Ruddock. I give him that. Tucker and Tubbs, okay. But I saw some things. And I tell y'all this all the time. I was the only dude telling all my friends, there's a guy at cruiserweight that's coming to heavyweight specifically for Mike, and I think he beats Mike's ass. Who? He has a flat top with a big old Tom Selleck mustache. Who? His name is Evander Holyfield, and my friends laughed at me. Well, I got the last laugh. It took about 8 years. After that, all my buddies will tell you, yo, he was the only one saying that this will happen. I don't want to hear it's because Mike went to jail. Because when Mike went to jail, what was Evander doing when Mike was in jail? Evander was fighting. Lennox Lewis 2 times. Bo 3 times. Burt Cooper almost knocked him out. Come on now. Mike comes out of prison, light touches, and respect to Francois Botha. Respect to him, friend of the show. Shout out to Peter McNeely. See what I'm saying? So when I tell y'all this Tank thing, I've seen this before. Y'all think it's a joke. Right now in your minds, your fandom is saying Tank beats everybody. And all we were saying was, like, wait. Why didn't he do it? And y'all looking for excuses. Oh, the black fighters don't sell. And look, the Frank Martin didn't do as well as the Ryan Garcia because the Latin sell. Okay. Teofimo Lopez is Latin. What's up? Andy Cruz. What's up? Shakur's half Puerto Rican, right? What's up? What's going on here? Y'all are out of excuses. We see this shit for what it is, man. But let me get back to John Scully. Listen carefully.
Sugar Ray Robinson, talking Henry Armstrong, Joe Louis, talking Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali. Again, I don't want to say any names, but there are guys in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely, positively, there's no way on earth they should be in the Hall of Fame. Zero. And
that's what he's talking about. So, when the brother early in the show said, how the hell does Stallone get in there? This is what he's talking about. The criteria has changed, admittedly. For all we know, the joke might be on us. When Tank hangs it up, and if he hasn't fought his contemporaries, they might put him there anyway. Who knows? They might start factoring in seat sales and pay-per-view sales and tattoos. Fan base. They might start factoring in that. But as long as you have these writers, and a lot of those writers are racist, Tank is up against it. They're going to factor in what kind of person he was. And they'll keep him out. But let's listen.
And by the same regard, Marlon Starling. I don't know if you remember Marlon Starling. He was welterweight champion twice. He's the first guy. He beat Mark Breland when Mark Breland was unbeatable. Knocked Mark out. He beat Lloyd Hunnigan after Lloyd Hunnigan beat Donald Curry.
I don't expect Tank Davis fans to understand the word he's saying at this point. I know these fighters he's talking about. A lot of you Tank fans, y'all are just Tank fans. But the names that he's mentioning, these were Hall of Fame fighters. These are fighters that fought every 3 or 4 months. These are hard-nosed guys. They haven't even touched $1 million. A lot of them haven't. And they're not even in the Hall of Fame for the work that they've done. Tank hasn't done a quarter of the work that a guy like Marlon Starling has done. And that's the reality of it.
Marlon Starling fought better competition in 10-round fights, in non-title fights, than most champions do today. I could give you a list of 15 guys that Marlon Starling beat in his career that were undefeated, that were killers, that were contenders. Marlon Starling is not even on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. He's not on the ballot. Something is wrong.
See what I mean? See what I mean? And salute to Brother Johnson in that Cash App. Much love and appreciation. Thank you so much. Much love and appreciation. Thank you. Steve Elder Max, shower, salute. Yeah, Thomas, man, John Scully, to disrespect him is like wild work. So what you're looking at here, if you can see it, and salute to Rachel Donaire, she sent me this. This is the ballot for this year. I'm going to read the names. And again, this is going to be Chinese for a lot of you. But that's okay. These are the names for this year. A lot of the names y'all are not going to recognize, and that's okay. When I have these conversations, I'm not factoring in Tank fans because they're fans of a fighter. Right? Arthur Abraham, we know who that. Well, I know who that is. Right? Yuri Arbakov, I don't know who that is. Jorge Arce, I know who that is. Donito Donaire knocked him out. Poli Ayala, know who that is. Naju Ben, I'm just gonna go through this. Buyani Bongo, Lucian Bute. I don't know how he's there, but he's there. I have to look up his. Anyone know why Lucian Bute? Oh, whatever, man. He's there. Joel Casamayor. Sat Chitalada. Here. Chris Eubank, Sr. Acelino Freitas from Brazil. Leo Gomez. Games. Mikey Garcia, right? Arthur Gregorian. Janelle Hernandez, we know who that is, right? Chris John, let me stop right there. Y'all know who Chris John is? The Indonesian fighter? Look up his record. Chris John out of Indonesia. He was an HBO fighter. Look up his record. That's why he's on this list. Mikkel Kessler. I'm not sure. A little premature for me, but what up? Santos Lacian. Rocky Lockridge. Miguel Happy Laura. Henry Mosque. Darius Niklashevsky. There's that name. The guy that ducked Roy Jones. Sung Kill Moon, right out of a Shaw Brothers film. That guy sounds like a villain. Sung Kill Moon. Omar Navarez. Arzubek Gusi Nazarov. Our good brother Michael Nunn. Sven Otke. Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Vinny Paz, our good brother Vinny Paz. By the way, Michael Nunn, Vinny Paz, friends to the show. Sean Showtime Porter, Gilberto Roman, Gianfranco Rossi, Berful Sarhapram, Samuel Serrano, the Magic Man Antonio Tarver, Melju Taylor, Fernando Vargas, Israel Vasquez, Wilfredo Vasquez, Wantanpul Sol Barbin, Ponsak Klak, Wantankam, Shinsuke Yamanaka. Were y'all counting the names? Will y'all count? Oh, I don't know, Rick C. This is just for 2024. Now, bigger than that, are y'all reading the rules? Please check the candidates of your choice. You may vote for up to 5 boxes. You are not required to vote for 5, but you may not vote for more than 5. Ballots must be submitted by mail by Halloween, October 31st, 2024, or next business day if October 31st is a Sunday. 3 will be selected. You pick 5, they're only selecting 3, y'all. Shout out to Rachel. She brought that to my attention. You pick 5. I guess if the majority have the same name, they're going to narrow it down to 5. And out of those 5, they're going to select 3 out of all of these names, which is why it took Tim Bradley 4 tries to get into the Hall of Fame. Okay? Y'all see this, right? You see this, right? Thomas says Chris John was a bum. Hey, he's on that ballot. He's on the ballot. And he was an HBO fighter. Now watch this, Thomas. You think Chris John will have more carte blanche over a kid like Tank? Tank with the tattoos and the fucked off English. Ain't Chris John like a military dude too in Indonesia or something like that? He was a cop or something. I don't know. So out of all these names, there's going to be a vote. Now, who's sending these ballots? Signature of elector. Dan Raphael, Taekwondo Steve Kim, because I heard he's Korean, so that's not Kung Fu, that's Chinese. So a guy like Steve Kim gets the vote, Dan Raphael gets the vote, Michael Kappinger probably. You understand? So this is what these dudes are up against. So what y'all gonna tell me now? The Hall of Fame don't matter now? Young Abel in that super chat, much love. He says, we need Stormy B-Man and Scrapbook on this topic. Well, yeah. Yep. And Thomas, I'm not disagreeing. There's a lot of people on these lists that you'll be like, what? Yeah, wait a minute. And it, like right now, I'm looking at Lucian Boutte, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking of, I gotta review it. I'm trying to remember his accomplishments. J-Man, salute. I'm trying to remember his accomplishments. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fudge? But guess what? If the writers like this guy, he's getting in. Yeah, Popo Freitas, you know, he was the truth. And I remember when he ran into Diego Corrales, well, Corrales ran into him. And man. So who's coming out of this class? Now, I don't know everybody on this list. A lot of those Asian names, don't know them. But I knew a lot of people on this list. And Thomas, he was an HBO fighter. Popo Freitas was an HBO fighter. And I say this all the time, just because you celebrate it, don't mean you're great. You get what I'm saying? Just because you celebrate it don't mean you're great. Which is why I'm looking at Lucian Bute and I'm like, what the fuck did he do? What did he do? I don't remember. Chris John got like 1 million wins. Wait, hold on. Let me look up his let me look up his box rec. Chris John. Here he is. "48 wins, 22 knockouts, 1 loss, 3 draws. His last fight was in 2013. "5'6". Okay. He was a very tiny guy. He was very small. And on this list, a lot of you guys won't recognize 92%. I know Rocky Juarez, Ricardo. I know him. Jose Rojas, I remember that. I saw that somehow. How did I see that fight? I forgot. That was a long time. He beat Juan Manuel Marquez. Unanimous decision. If I remember correctly, he was deducted some points in that fight too. I think he hit him low, like below the belt line. Derek Smoke Gainer, remember that? Remember him? That was Roy Jones' boy. But the rest of these guys, he never really left Indonesia. But when he fought the American fighters or the Mexican fighters, he beat Derek Gainer. And he fought Marquez, and I guess that gets him a free ride to the Hall of Fame now in 2024. Well, he gets a mention. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure life out at this point. So you look at over there, Vinny Paz. You look at Manny Pacquiao's gonna get in. Let's just stop the crap. He's getting in. Everyone's voting for Manny. He's gonna get there. Let's not. Arthur Abraham might get it. Vinny Paz might get it. Depends. I want to know how many people are voting. Antonio Tarver might take him some time. I don't know how Meldrick Taylor's not in there just off a general principle. Fernando Vargas will eventually get in there. He might not get in there this go around. Some nigga named Pogo Stick, Wonton Cam. I mean, come on. Yeah, man. Like, oh man. There's what the fuck did Lucian Bute do to make this list though? That's bothering me. Maybe I'm missing something. I could be. Jorge Arce. I don't quite remember his accomplishments. You know, in respect to him, I remember Nonito knocking the shit out of him. Paulie Ayala, yeah. Nigel Ben, I look at him with one eye open now, like, yo, bro, did you cheat, dude? You and the Essex boys? Did you cheat, Gerald McClellan, man? So what I'm saying is, with all of this controversy, I see everyone in the comments section, and a lot of you are making great points. But all of this going on, all John Scully said, mind you, he said in his opinion, right now Tank is not there yet. He's not there yet. He's not there yet. And he got mad. And he attacked Artur Beterbiev. Haram. He need to get a tattoo of Haram on his forehead. Anthony, what up? Cortez says Michael Garcia makes Errol Spence Jr. resume look real good now that he's going in. Sheesh. Yeah. My brother's keeper, salute. Mikey Garcia is being considered. Yeah, well, you know what? You're right, Acondo, and this is why this is why he says, you know, he doesn't know what John basically, what I'm getting from him is John doesn't even know what the criteria is anymore. It had to have changed. Now, they put Sylvester Stallone in there, but in the Boxing Hall of Fame, I think they have something called, is it observers or non-participants? Or what's the term? Non-participants? To what degree is Stallone in the Boxing Hall of Fame? Not as a participant. So is it a non-participant? Or an observer? Like, for example, observer. I know for a fact that Bert Sugar was inducted like in the early 2000s somewhere, mid 2000s. And he was a historian and he was an observer. I think Jim Lampley is in there as an observer, not a participant. So to what degree is Sylvester Stallone? Is he considered an observer or a non-participant? Because you can go in there for that. There's another guy. Oh, that guy, what's that guy? He used to be on Showtime. Steve Farhood. He's in there. Jim Gray should be in there, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of those guys. Teddy Atlas, Steve Farhood, Bert Sugar, Jim Lampley. You know, those guys are in the Hall of Fame, y'all. Larry Merchant should be there. But they're there as observers. Now, would Stallone be there as an observer or, you know, a non-participant? I don't know. You know, custom models in there. You get what I'm saying? But these guys have, you know what? I think Stallone is in there as a non-participant. Not the character Rocky. He's in there for Rocky. But he's in boxing. They put him in there as a non-participant. I'm sure of it. That's what it was. The character Rocky is not in the Hall of Fame as a fighter. You understand? Let me do something. I never did this before. Let me see. Rocky Balboa box rec. Oh boy. Oh my God. There's a box rec for the nigga, but wait a minute. There's no picture. It's the films, y'all. It's the films, y'all. It's on box rec, but it's the films. And they give a whole rundown. Yeah, this is cute. Yeah. It's just a film. You know what I mean? So Sylvester Stallone is in the Hall of Fame as a non-participant. I just wanted to make that clear. That's where they put referees in there and, you know, promoters and managers. I think Lou DiBella might be in there. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Futch is in there. I know that. Does that make more sense? You get what I'm saying? He said Snoop Dogg is in the WWE Hall of Fame. You know what else is in there? What's his name? That just passed recently. Because he was betting on baseball and he got caught. So the WWE put him in the Hall of Fame. What's his name? Thomas, what's his name? He just passed. Pete Rose, thank you. Yeah. Imagine that. So, with all of these people in positions of power, I don't know why Tank is mad at John Scully and then trying to tear down his Muslim brother. But, you know, that's not new. You know, Tank tearing down a Muslim brother. I don't know why he's tearing down his Muslim brother. Blazers Pip, salute. You know, why would he do that? And that's just another hissy fit he's throwing, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's another hissy fit he's throwing. And when I asked what the criteria is, a lot of people don't know. You know, I asked y'all earlier, you know, what's the criteria to scoring a boxing match? Yeah, Anthony, he's there, but you know what they do? They go through his movies. There's no picture. I just Googled Rocky Balboa box rec, and it's on box rec, but it's just his movies. But Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa is not in the Boxing Hall of Fame. It's Sylvester Stallone, and he's there as a non-participant. No, I'm sorry, he's there. Yeah, he's there as a non-participant, or an observer. Observers are like the historians. Non-participants is like the trainers, the announcers, and things of that nature. So Stallone went in there as a non-participant. I get that, because he does love boxing. I get that. But this other shit is BS, man. It's BS. So if Tank feels this sort of way about John Scully's opinion on boxing, he has himself to blame, because he doesn't value belts anyway, and he really doesn't value his resume, because he's doing whatever the hell he wants to do.
Whatever, I do what I want.
And he's enabled by his fan base, but you know what his fan base is going to find out? That they're a group of small fish in a big pond. Oh yeah, Jose, I know. And I said this last night. The Tank fans, they're kids. They're kids and girls. And they have short attention spans. And eventually they're going to grow out of this. When Tank does hang it up, they're not even going to watch boxing anymore. And Tank Davis is going to be like a flash in the sport of boxing. It's like he was here. He had a good run for about a good 3 or 4 or 5 years. And then he rode off into the sunset and didn't do anything. Case in point. Joe Calzaghe. Ain't no one talking about him anymore. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, Chop Crowley, of course. I agree, Thomas. I agree. And when it's over, I don't want to hear it, man. Joe Calzaghe, towards the end of his career, he had a really good run. To America, his breakout fight was his dominant performance on Jeff Lacy. He fought Roy Jones about 5 years too late. Same thing with Bernard, 5 or 6 years too late, but he won those fights. He got dropped in those fights. So all I kept saying is, man, if he fought these guys 6 years ago, he wouldn't survive. But whatever. So this guy's a Hall of Fame. This guy, Joe Calzaghe, he can say, at least I fought my contemporaries, you know? Isaac, what up? At least he can say that. Tank cannot. He cannot. So if belts don't matter, and you clearly don't care about your accomplishments, why are you attacking John Scully, who's training a Hall of Fame fighter, who has a better resume than you, has a better KO ratio than you, who's undisputed? Well, the IBF's about to strip him, but he can say that he won undisputed. So nothing else matters. You can say, oh man, you know, he has better skills. He might have a better skill set than Artur Beterbiev. He might have one, but you do understand that when these writers, because these are the people that write, these are the people that vote. You do understand that when they put pen to paper, they are the ones that make the decision. It's not us. All we do here on YouTube and on Twitter and on whatever platform, we do speak the truth. I just read y'all that Copper salute. I just read y'all that list. There's people in the chat saying, why ain't this guy there? Why ain't that guy there? And y'all right. Y'all are right. But who has the power? Us or them? All we could do is what we do here. And when you leave it up to me, I'm going to keep it 100% with you. I'm going to keep it 100%. And I'm looking at Tank, smiling right there with that coon hat on. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it honest. Hey, Drew, you think the big ape deserves to be in the Hall of Fame if he stopped fighting right now? No. That's a negative, Kay. Why? Because he ain't do enough. Yeah, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Yeah, man, come on! Better than that! Thought she was gonna get away. Hell no. Pep Talk tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got a lot to discuss. Man, salute to y'all. Much love and appreciation. Yeah, Thomas, they could be upset. Folks, I give none in my Yoda voice. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Oh, wait, hold on. Salute to those buck dancing YouTube channels. He go sit their ass down somewhere. Yo, the general's on, man. I see y'all tonight. Pep Talk, man. Don't miss it. Got a lot of important shit to discuss, man. We losing out here. Love y'all, man. Bronx on deck.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.